Japan has officially taken delivery of its first F-35B Lightning II stealth fighter jets, a milestone that marks a dramatic step forward in the nation's defense capabilities and underscores a decisive strategic shift amid rising tensions with China. This development comes at a time when the security environment in the Indo-Pacific is undergoing rapid and unpredictable changes, with Beijing's military expansion and increasingly assertive actions creating mounting concerns for Tokyo. In particular, the East China Sea has become a focal point of tension. The uninhabited Senkaku Islands, controlled by Japan but claimed by China, have been the scene of near-daily encounters between Japanese and Chinese Coast Guard vessels, as well as regular overflights by Chinese fighter jets. For Japanese defense planners, the message is clear. The ability to protect and quickly reinforce far-flung territories has never been more important. The F-35B acquisition is the centerpiece of a broader transformation in Japan's self-defense forces, JASDF. Built by Lockheed Martin, the F-35B is the short takeoff and vertical landing STOVL variant of the fifth-generation Lightning II fighter family. Unlike the F-35A variant, which requires a long runway, the F-35B can operate from shorter airstrips or even from specially equipped ships. This is of critical importance to Japan, an island nation with a long chain of sparsely populated and strategically vulnerable islands stretching southwest toward Taiwan. Many of these islands lack the infrastructure for conventional fighter operations, making the STOVL capability a game-changer for rapid deployment and air cover in remote regions. In practical terms, this means that Japan can now forward deploy advanced stealth fighters to austere bases or onto its upgraded Izumo-class helicopter destroyers, which are being converted into light aircraft carriers. These vessels, once limited to helicopter operations, are undergoing extensive modifications including reinforced flight decks, upgraded aviation support systems, and other enhancements to handle the heat and stress of F-35B vertical landings. Once fully integrated, these carrier-capable stealth jets will significantly expand Japan's reach across the East China Sea and beyond, allowing the nation to project power in a way not seen since the end of World War II. The aircraft themselves bring cutting-edge capabilities. With radar-evading stealth design, advanced ASA radar, electro-optical targeting systems, and the ability to act as a sensor fusion hub, the F-35B allows pilots to detect, track and share information on enemy aircraft and ships long before they can be detected in return. This networked capability integrates seamlessly with allied forces, particularly the United States, which operates its own F-35B squadrons in Japan and across the Pacific. In a high-intensity conflict scenario, these jets could work in concert with American, British, and Australian forces to establish air superiority and conduct precision strikes against high-value targets. From a geopolitical standpoint, the delivery of Japan's first F-35Bs represents more than just a military procurement. It signals a doctrinal shift. For decades, Japan's post-war security policy, enshrined in Article 9 of its constitution, emphasized a strictly defensive posture, avoiding the appearance of power projection. However, in recent years, successive Japanese governments have argued that the changing threat landscape requires more proactive defense measures. This has been reflected in record defense budgets, a pledge to raise military spending to 2% of GDP by 2027, and procurement programs not only for advanced aircraft but also for long-range cruise missiles, missile defense systems, and cyber capabilities. China's reaction has been swift and critical. Beijing has accused Tokyo of fueling an arms race in the Asia-Pacific and undermining regional stability. Chinese state-run media have framed the move as part of a broader US-led containment strategy, pointing to the deepening US-Japan alliance and joint exercises as evidence of a coordinated effort to check China's maritime ambitions. However, Japanese officials maintain that the F-35B acquisition is purely defensive, aimed at safeguarding Japan's sovereignty and ensuring the security of its citizens in the face of escalating pressure. The operational integration of the F-35B into Japan's self-defense forces will involve significant logistical, training, and doctrinal adjustments. Pilots must undergo specialized training to master STOVL operations, while ground crews must learn new maintenance protocols for the aircraft's advanced systems. The Izumo-class carriers must be adapted not only physically but also operationally, with changes in deck operations, hangar space management, and mission planning to support the jet's unique requirements. Once these adjustments are complete, Japan will possess a mobile, flexible, and survivable air power platform capable of responding rapidly to crises across its vast maritime domain. For Japan's allies, the arrival of the F-35Bs is welcome news. The United States has long encouraged Japan to take on a greater share of the regional security burden, and the new aircraft will enhance the interoperability of the two nations' forces. In any potential conflict involving China, whether over Taiwan or the Senkaku Islands, Japan's ability to deploy stealth fighters from both land and sea will complicate Beijing's military planning and provide a critical advantage in the early stages of a confrontation. The F-35B delivery also reflects Japan's growing role in the global defense industry. While the initial aircraft are built overseas, Tokyo is investing in domestic assembly and maintenance capabilities, which will create jobs and ensure a secure supply chain for spare parts and future upgrades. This industrial base will be essential as Japan moves to acquire more F-35s, including the conventional takeoff F-35A model, with a total planned fleet numbering over 140 aircraft in the coming years. In the bigger picture, Japan's embrace of the F-35B is emblematic of a broader trend in the Indo-Pacific. Nations are rearming and modernizing in response to China's rise and the uncertainties of great power competition. For Tokyo, the choice is clear. As Defense Minister Minoru Kihara recently stated, Japan must possess the capabilities necessary to deter and, if necessary, defeat any attempt to change the status quo by force. With the arrival of the F-35B, Japan now has a powerful new tool to make that deterrence credible. One that combines stealth, flexibility, and cutting-edge technology in a single formidable package.